In the first story arc of Batman the Animated Series, we see Batman and Catwoman, and there is this consistent chasing. Catwoman's doing her cat thing. She's cat burglaring. She has a cute cat companion, which is, Isis is adorable. I love her. I want her, but she would make me itch, so I can't have her. Throughout the story arc, Batman never quite catches Catwoman. Today on Geek Devotions, we're going to be talking about how God pursues us. Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I am Celeste, and we are so glad that you have hit play today. If you don't watch past this point, know that you are loved, you're cared for, there is a plan and a purpose for your life. And if you're sticking around, hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. We are in the middle of Bat Month and we are loving it. So let's get into the devotion. Like we said in the intro, Batman spends the entirety of this arc chasing after not just Catwoman, but also Selina Kyle, because he thinks she's cute. It's a thing. This is not an exact one-for-one. This is not something that I can go, this is exactly like this, but it made me think. The entirety of this story arc, where we're dealing with Red Claw, we're dealing with Catwoman, it made me think of the way that God pursues us. There are some differences here, like I said, in that Batman never catches Catwoman in this story arc. But God doesn't have to catch us. We just have to turn around and allow him to embrace us. In Psalms, David says some really great things about how God is pursuing him. And David was a man after God's own heart, and he really explains this beautifully. In Psalms 139, 5 through 12. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. If I go to heaven, you're there. If I go down to the grave, you are there. If I ride the wings of the morning, if I dwell the farthest oceans, even there your hand will guide me and your strength will support me. I could ask the darkness to hide me and the light around me to become night, but even in darkness I cannot hide from you. To the night shines as bright as day, darkness and light are the same to you. David's talking about how God pursues him. Now, David did a lot of messed up things, and God still pursued him. He was a man after God's own heart. It says this in the Bible, even with all the messed up things that he did. So as Christians, God is still pursuing you. He wants to be a part of your life. He wants you to follow the plans that he has for you because they're good for you, not because of any altruistic, not altruistic, that's the wrong word, ulterior motives, but because he loves you and he cares for you. And for non-believers, he is pursuing you. He is putting things in your way so that you know he's there and that he loves you. He's calling after you. Ultimately, God wants to be able to love everybody, and he is ardently pursuing us. And that is the devotion for today. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the devotion. Don't forget to share it out to somebody you think needs to hear it, wants to hear it. Just like, subscribe. Big shout out to our patrons because they are awesome people. We were able to do some really cool things this last weekend because of these amazing people. We were at GeekCon, and I'm sure you saw all the pictures and the things. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of great moments talking to people. We will be selling our shirts that we had made specifically for GeekCon. We had some leftovers, so we're going to be setting that up in our store at some point. Maybe not by the time of this video, but soon. Okay, it is now time for the question of the week. The week. Question of the week is this: have you watched Batman the Animated Series? I'd never seen it. This was my introduction, and I really like it. I really like Catwoman's costume, and I'm trying to figure out how to cosplay this. Just saying. Because it's really cool. Except for I don't know if I can get away with carrying a cat around. A, because of my allergies, and B, because animal laws. It's a thing. Okay, guys. Well, with all that being said, stay devoted. Peace and love.